my hair was damaged. It wasn't like my hair was like dying, so it had to be back to black.
Okay, but no, I took like something about your essence also changed with it.
Really?
Yeah, I took it seriously. I care about my friends, like I care about people. So I'm like, if I see something that's intentional that someone's doing, whether it's your hair's damaged or not, like okay. But like I
know you're fine. You're fine. Oh, we're good. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Yeah. Yeah, man. I take it like I be feeling it. I be feeling it. Even though like okay, it may not be as deep. Like
yeah, when I changed my hair, it wasn't deep.
Yeah, but the name changes.
The name change was like
yeah. This is Dom Alexander. So yeah, Dom Alexander. That's it. Yeah, we're here.
That's her.
Yo, I haven't seen you since like 2020. That same 2020, I think.
For me, I haven't seen you since Urban 2019.
Yeah, that's a lot. Well,
my memory's kind of shot. The years have been like bleeding into each other.
Yeah, but yeah, Urban. That was a time. I'm glad we quit. Yeah, I'm glad we quit. I'm OD glad we quit because retail is slavery.
Especially Urban.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm glad I went to that one because when I was in Yonkers and then I went to FIT to live in Manhattan. That one, I don't know why it chose that, why they transferred me there, whatever. But that was like a good one. It was a good.
It had a lot of good people in it
at the time,
but like just the structure of it is just terrible. But everyone has an experience with them though, because during like the blackout thing on Instagram during 2020, everyone was like talking about like Black Lives Matter, all of that. Everyone, no matter where you lived at, you had the same urban experience. So it's like literally built into their company culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible.
Yeah. It made it fun. Like it made it fun. Like meeting you, Danny. Who else?
I'm still friends with like
Amani. KK. Yeah, that's your man. That's your man. She's cool. Who else? So many people.
Yeah, Tiara.
TT.
I think she probably left before you got there.
Yeah,
she was in men's though.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
She has glasses.
She has curly hair. Who else? April, Danielle, the other Danny. Yeah. Ashley.
I don't know who Ashley is.
Ashley Siriaco, you know her bags.
I don't remember her, but I know her bags. Her bags are so fire.
Yeah.
But like when people said that she worked at Urban, I'm just like, did she work in Urban before I left? Because I didn't remember her at Urban.
Maybe you're just heading out because also you had mornings. Yeah. So like it depends on the shift, but she was cool. She was cool there.
I like her bags, those fire.
Yeah, design. We love her. Who else? Yeah, I'm seeing people in my head, but like I was with people. It was cool. It was nice there.
Yeah, it was
for some time. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But yeah, so really, okay. So once you got out of Urban, right? Did you style full time? Like what?
I was a full-time intern. Mm-hmm. So I interned for a stylist named Jenny Habla. So I was just like her full-time intern, whatever. I quit Urban and I quit school because I felt like, I met her. She like seemed like she really loved me and she really liked me. And like, you don't meet people like that in the fashion industry. Like people really just want, like sometimes you're an intern and you don't really learn anything. You're just like getting coffees and like not really doing a thing. But like she actually was given responsibility. Like she saw that like, that I really liked it. I enjoyed every aspect of it. So I was just like, let me quit my job. Let me quit school. Let me just be her full-time intern. And then like within months, like she made me like her first assistant. Yeah. And it was like crazy because it was like above, like she already had a first assistant. And her first assistant was like training me into like, becoming an assistant. And it's crazy, like how at first I was just like, damn, I don't want to be a first assistant because like it's like I don't want to feel like I'm taking away her job. But then also I'm just like I'm working my ass off, and like someone's like seeing that, acknowledging that, and just like, okay, it's supposed to be your path. So
Yeah.
I just took it.
Nice. So like, okay, what were some things that you had to do? What was that daily like life then?
I mean, like it depends job to job.
Yeah.
So like Jenny used to do a lot of like campaign stuff. So for instance, like we used to do a lot of Nike stuff. So it was a lot of like, Nike sends a lot of product, but like that's just not where it ends. You have to go find styling pieces and everything. So it was like shopping in stores, doing check-ins and like all of that.
Yeah. What was your like? How was your hours? Like, what were the hours like? It was a lot.
This is where it's funny because you think 9 to 5 is like long and whatever. You want to quit your 9 to 5. I quit my 9 to 5 to work whatever time. Like sometimes I worked 14-hour days.
Yeah.
It's just whatever like the job calls for. Because sometimes like I can get a text message at like 10 p.m. like, hey, this needs to be done.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean like it needs to be done right that moment, but it's just like you just always have to be available. I'm like always like answering my phone. I'm always available because that's what you need to be as an assistant. You have to be available. Because with fashion, it doesn't stop. It doesn't sleep
at all. Yeah.
Right now I'm leaning more towards like I like campaign work and I also like celebrity work because I like things where I can get a little bit more creative. I feel like with ad jobs it's very straightforward, which I like to do my ad jobs because it's like a little bit more calmer and the pay is amazing. But ultimately I'd rather do something that's more creative.
What made you start styling?
Dating.
Really?
Yeah, because like starting out, I used to bounce around so much because I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I went to college for psychology first, and then I was miserable, like to the point where I didn't even want to go to class some days.
Yeah.
Then I switched over to journalism. So it's like I've always been an exceptional writer, so I was like, okay, journalism, which I did get an associate's in journalism, but I didn't do anything with it. From there, I went to be a preschool teacher. And everything. Yeah. And I love being a preschool teacher. I did it for 2 years. But Dana was in photography school at the time. And then she was asking me like, I've always like been into fashion. I've always been fashionable, like, and everything. So she asked me to like style her like exiting project out of photography school. And at first I didn't understand it. I'm just like, you want me to do what? Like, I can't do that. Like, what do you mean? And then, like, she had me on set, and I was styling it, and I was just like, oh, my God. That was the first time where I felt like I was doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I felt so good about that. Like, I've never been so sure about something in my life. Because I've always been like, I don't know what I want to do. I've always bounced around. And I was just like, so I can be a stylist and, like, make money off this. Like, this is a job. It's like, honestly, like that wasn't talked about, like to make money off creativity. Like I come from the projects. My whole thing was like, okay, let me become a psychiatrist because that's my winning ticket out. You know what I mean? But doing that, I was just like, I'm so inspired, and that's when I was just like, I'm very impulsive too. So as soon as like I found that out, I was like, okay, I'm about to like, see like what are the next steps to do this, And at first I was scared because I'm just like, okay, this is very new to me. And of course, like I'm young. I was like about maybe 21 and I'm making salary at a preschool, So like, obviously I was kind of scared to do the jump. But eventually I was like, you know what? Like I don't want to be here anymore. So I waited until my kids were like they basically aged out and they were all going to kindergarten. So that's when they were going to kindergarten, I was like, okay, let me transition and like do what I want to do.
Oh, that was nice of you. That's cool.
Because I was attached and they were attached to me, and I wanted to make sure, like with kids and like the changes, it could be hard on them. So I wanted to make sure like, it's seamless. So like after that summer, they were going to kindergarten. I was like, I'm gonna quit and I'm gonna go. I resigned. And I went to LIM for fashion business. So I was like, let me get a double degree with fashion and business.
Yeah.
So I did that.
Yeah. But then you dropped out. Fashion school, guys. Do you need it if you're doing business?
I dropped out. Yeah, I did. I had what, like 2 semesters left. I was interning for Jenny. That's how, because like my school used to push internships.
Yeah.
But like, if I didn't go to fashion school, I wouldn't be where I'm at. So like, like it helped me navigate and like show me like where I'm supposed to, like the steps to get there. So I was fine with that.
Yeah, the connections, like that's a good thing about fashion school.
Yeah, because they like told me, like get an internship, but I didn't want like the normal internship because they used to have like career days where they would like you have no classes at all. It used to be like these big companies come set their booths up and looking for interns, and I used to just not go to school at all that day because I'm just like I'm not interested in working for a company. And then my friend Andre Uncut, he's a photographer.
Photos, right?
Yeah, he's a photographer. He was just like, oh, you want to get into styling? Like, I've met this cool stylist named Jenny. I think you guys would be a cool match. So he gave me her email, and I emailed her and everything. And like within like an hour later, she like emailed me back. She was like, oh yeah, like come in, like spend the day with me, see if you like, if we're like compatible, if you like what you're doing and everything. She brought me on to one of her jobs that she was doing at the time. And then after that, it was history. Like we meshed really well. I still work for her to this day. Like at the end of last year, I was in Vegas with her for like 10 days. She had flew me out to LA to like assist on a job for her. Like I love her. Yeah. That's like where my career started with her.
Yeah. That's nice. Oh, I'm like, it makes me so happy. Like, the world is bright, like.
No, yeah.
Also, like, like since we're cool, like you were telling me like about like how to start styling, like 2021, I think around that time, how to start, and then you were talking to me about how like you have like a lot of like styling like props. What would you call it? Like styling, just things to style people. Like how did you build your closet? Like or build your
well, just like me and Danny do a lot of test shoots because we have the studio in our apartment. So just like buying stuff, like we used to, like when I first started off, I used to just like thrift. I used to like use stuff out of my closet because obviously I didn't have credit cards or the means to like actually like, or contacts even to like even like hit up designers and be like, oh hey, can I pull this? Can I do this? Because like at first, like I tried doing that, like emailing people like, hey, can I pull this? But obviously like I didn't have a name for myself. There's like I have no work. No one's gonna lend you anything without like knowing who you are. Like you didn't make any name for yourself. So I had to take the route of like, using like what we have and just like, just creativity. Honestly, like, just stuff out of our closets. I use stuff out of Danny's closet. We used to thrift a lot. And just like kind of just come up with our vision and just like make it happen for like any means. Like that pageant shoot exhibit that we did. Literally, like when I quit Urban, I didn't have any money saved up. Like that was like my last check. I paid whatever bills that I had to pay with that last check, and then out of that check, I had $300 left. And that whole summer, I took that $300 and I used it to like buy and return and like recycle that same $300 to create so much stuff. And when I tell you, we created so much stuff, it was crazy. Cause it's just like, how did you guys even like pull this shit off? But like, just like recycling $300. When I tell you we recycled $300, we recycled $300. Like,
I see, like, okay, when I see your photos and you guys like Danny's photos, your styling, I see like it just gives like complete vision, like complete like pinpoint focus on like kind of the energy you want. How did you develop that, and how do you produce that for a shot?
Well, I guess like I don't know, just like me and Danny, we went to school together. We grew up together. Like ultimately, we grew up together. We met each other in 10th grade. We've been friends for like 12 plus years now.
Yeah.
So just like I don't know, just like we just see eye to eye. Like we really just work really well together. Like I can have an idea or she can have an idea, and we just like bounce off of each other to see like what makes the most sense. Yeah. Even down to like the casting, like who makes the most sense for this and everything. Cool. Yeah, it's just like we just mesh well together. So I think that's what helps the vision become what it is.
Okay, nice. So, okay, for anybody watching, what that wants to be like a stylist, wants to get in the fashion world. I know you probably get that a lot. It's like, how do I become like a stylist? Like, what do
Yeah.
I do? Like, so what are two pieces? Like, I guess your most important advice you can give to people that want to start styling.
Well, I say for one, intern, because there's no one's gonna deny free work. I also think I would also say to network across versus upwards, because a lot of people like to want to reach out to like the top stylists. Like for like instance, like I love Colin Carter. People want to like reach for the stars, and it's just like obviously like you're not gonna get to him. You're gonna get to his assistant
Yeah.
and everything. So I say network across and create with people who like who kind of want to have the same end goal. People who want to grow along with you. You don't shoot for the stars. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they're already up there.
Yeah. Yeah, like, okay, so like finding people that align with you, like,
Yeah, I like to use a lot. I like to work with a lot of my friends. My best friend's a photographer, so why not shoot with her? I feel like do a lot of test shoots too. My friend is a makeup artist. She does all the makeup for us. We have friends that are hairstylists. She does all the hair.
Yeah.
People who have like the common goal as you, who actually want to be creative and want to like, grow. So you guys network across and whatever, and then eventually like you guys keep growing and you keep going up and up, and you guys go up together.
Yeah, that's fire. Yes,
Yeah.
that I forgot about that too, because you guys had like a team as well. Like you were like building up that team. The makeup, what's her name? Starry. Yeah, Starry Love
Yeah,
on
Starry Love
Instagram.
on Instagram.
Yeah, nice. It was like every time it was like a whole like probably like 2021 something like that. Like every time y'all posted, I was just like, yeah, yeah. Even still, but like you guys really inspired me. Like super. Like okay, this can be done. Like this can really be done, and you
it
can
can be
get
done without like huge budgets.
Yeah.
When I tell you, like we was not spending like a crazy amount of money. We were not.
Yeah. Nice. And that's what people need to hear. I think people need to hear that too, because people can probably see on Instagram about like whatever stylist, maybe not just you guys, but like they'll think like, oh, I have to have this, I have to have this.
All you need is an idea, creativity. You don't need a lot of money. As long as you have creativity, that's all you really need, to be honest. Because we finesse a lot of things and just like make it work. It's like obviously like we don't have like we're not a production company where we have big budgets. So we just have to like make things work. Go on YouTube. Go on TikTok. TikTok is my best friend. Like I love TikTok. There's always like hacks. There's always an easier way to do something. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Nice. Oh my gosh. Okay, that chef's kiss, man. Okay. All right, a couple more. What's your styling do's and don'ts? Like, or fashion do's and don'ts, whatever.
Fashion do's and don'ts?
Yeah, like, I guess 2 do's, 2 don'ts.
Well, for do, I say dress to like what makes sense to you. I don't think you should dress according to trends or according to like what's the most popular on Instagram. I think whatever speaks to you. So I feel like, you have to be true to yourself, authentic.
Yeah.
And I feel like, as long as you feel comfortable in it, and you're comfortable in it, then no one's going to tell you anything about you, Confidence is key, That's pretty much it for my do. I don't think I have another one. I just feel like just go with like whatever you want to wear. I feel like don't follow trends. Well, that's a don't. I feel like don't follow trends.
Yeah.
Trends are cute, but also just like make it your own.
Yeah.
Get creative with it. Like I hate like when people, I don't know, just like feel like they need to dress how everyone else is dressing. Because I feel like that's what makes, we're in New York. That's what makes New York so unique, is just like everyone has a different style and everything, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so for the future you, like say like 10, 20, 30 years later, like then from 2023, what do you see yourself doing, being, location, whatever? Like, where do you see yourself? Where do you vision yourself?
To be honest, I don't really think about that too much because I'm more of like an in the moment person. But 10 years from now, to be honest, like all I hope is that I'm happy. Whatever I'm doing, whoever I'm with, wherever I'm at in the world, like if I'm not in New York, I just hope that I'm happy and I'm doing things that, I feel like I'm here to like impact people and like make a difference. So as long as I'm doing that, then that's all that matters to me. I'm not even doing styling, but I don't know what the world has in store for me. I really don't.
Yeah.
I just like live in the moment. Like right now, I'm styling and I'm loving that. But like I said, I like to bounce around. I like to do so many different things. I might not even be a stylist 10 years from now.
Yeah. 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 I feel like that's a good like perspective.
Yeah. I just want to be happy.
Yeah. For real. All right. Now, what do you think the world needs the most?
What do you mean?
So it can be anything, like the way you see it. Like, what do you think? If you like, what do you think the world needs? Like, it could be like anything, like love, whatever. I don't know, like, because I would say like the world right now for me needs the most like love, or like needs, I don't know, some like family, I feel like I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, I feel like the world needs more love. I feel like the world needs more understanding. Because I feel like we all come from different walks of life. So I feel like if we're much more understanding of each other, the world will be a much better place. I feel like, it needs more grace. People need to give each other more grace. Like I had to catch myself. Like sometimes it's not just about you. Sometimes you have to think about the bigger picture.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Love that. Okay, and then kind of along this line, what do you think fashion needs the most? Like
fashion?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it needs. Well, that too. I feel like more understanding. Well, inclusivity, but it looks like we're like getting there. With certain brands. I feel like Fenty and like Savage really started that. Yeah, like more inclusive, like of bodies, people with disabilities. So I feel like everyone should be able to like see a campaign or see something that resonates with them. That feels good. Like to like see someone that looks just like you in a campaign that's being represented. Sometimes, I feel like we've lived on so much of the idealistic of like, just like white woman, blonde hair, and blue eyes. That's the standard of beauty. But there's so many different, like there is no standard of beauty. Like everyone is beautiful in their own way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so wholesome. I love this. Like my heart is just like so happy. So happy. I love you so much. And
I love you too.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming. Thanks so much.
Of course.
So inspiring. So inspiring. I love you forever. Yeah.
I love you too.
Yeah. Yeah. This was good. There was something. What's your favorite, like, your brands? Your favorite brands?
My favorite brands?
Yeah.
I love Schiaparelli. I love Kid Super. I loved him so much before, so I'm happy that he's growing and he's getting bigger. But also, it's crazy that his prices aren't changing. I literally just bought a pair of his pants the other day, and they were still $200. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, nice.
I was so proud that he did the Louis Vuitton show, like all of that.
Yeah,
I think he's so fire, and he's creative. Like that's what I love. I like fashion that's creative. That's why I like Schiaparelli. So I'm just like, that's what fashion is about.
Yeah, that's longevity. That's longevity.
Like that's why I stand Doja Cat. Like she is not scared for a moment. Like she's amazing. Yeah. I love that. I feel like fashion should be creative. Mind you, I'm sitting here in all black, but like it's chic. Black is chic.
Expression.
Black is chic. Yeah. And you can never go wrong with all black.
Yeah.
But I do like getting creative with it.
Yeah.
And experimenting.
Yeah. Thanks so much. This is Dom Alexander. She's like all-encompassing woman. She styles for a lot. I wanna. I know I keep going because all these questions are in my head and I love them. Oh, but yeah. Last thing, what's your favorite? What was your favorite gig? Like your styling gig?
My favorite styling gig
Yeah, so far.
so far. Last year, I got to style for Pierre Moss. And actually, like that's one of my favorite black-owned brands. Like right now, he's been MIA on the gram, and all of that's been going. But I hope he comes back. But like, I was so ecstatic when I got the opportunity to style his last collection with Reebok. I was ecstatic. So I'm just like, wow, and just like being in the room, talking to him, and everything. I'm just like,
yeah,
my career's made.
Yeah,
y'all.
up
Like,
and up and up and up and up and up.
like he's amazing.
Yay, yay! That's so good. I'm so proud of you. I'm gonna keep saying that forever.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. All right, bye guys. Love ya.
Peace out.